Today for your math assignment, you're going to be deciding if you will have to regroup or if you will not have to regroup on your subtraction problems. You're also going to be solving a few subtraction problems. All of them today are just double-digit subtraction, meaning that they will look more like this one and not so much like this one. You won't have anything in the hundreds place. But let's get started on solving some of these problems. First thing we're going to do is just ask ourselves, do we need to regroup? On this problem here, we've got 46 take away 23. Let's look at each of our columns. 6 take away 3 in the ones column. And we will not need to regroup on that one because if we have $6, we can definitely spend 3 and still have some left over, so we don't need to borrow from our next door neighbor. Also, looking at the tens column, 4 take away 2, we don't have a problem there either. So do we need to regroup? Oh, let's do this. No, we do not. Okay, let's look at this one now. 67 take away 59. Starting in our ones column, 7 take away 9. If you have $7, are you able to buy something that is 9? No, you're not. You don't have enough. So the question is, do we need to regroup? Yes, we do. We need to borrow from next door. Yes. And remember, the word regroup means borrow. So do we need to borrow? Yes. Mr. 7 does need to go next door to Mr. 6 and borrow from him. So the answer is yes. Over here, 82 take away 53. We have 2 take away 3 in the ones column. If I only have $2, I cannot buy a candy bar that's 3. So do I need to regroup? Yes, I do. I'm going to have to borrow from Mr. 8. Okay. 34 take away 12. On 4 take away 2, it looks like I'm fine. If I have $4, I can spend $2. I don't need to borrow. 3 take away 1. I don't need to borrow on that either. So do I need to borrow or regroup? No, I don't. Okay, on this problem, 251 take away 132. It's pretty easy, the answer, because right here in the ones column, we see 1 take away 2. That's not going to work for us. So our answer is yes, we do need to borrow. And then our last problem, 2 take away 1. That looks fine. We can do that. 6 take away 4. Yep, we can do that too. And 5 take away 3. I'm going to be totally fine here. I will not need to borrow. So my answer for that one is no. I don't need to borrow. Okay. Now let's go ahead and actually solve these problems. 46 take away 23. 6 take away 3. Oh, and remember, I do not need to borrow. So 6 take away 3 equals 3. And 4 take away 2 equals 2. So my answer is 23. Over here, though, I do need to borrow. So I'm going to get my pen here. And actually, first thing I need to do is get rid of that. Now I've got my pen. So 7 take away 9. I need to borrow from next door. So what I'm going to do, oh, come on, pen, do your job. There we go. I'm going to be borrowing from next door. And in my tens column, he's going to give me 10 ones, changing him to 5 tens instead of 6 tens. And then the 7 changes to a 17 so that I can subtract. 17 take away 9. You can count backwards, starting at 17. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay. Now we have 5 take away 5. That's 0, so I don't need to put anything there. My total is 8. All right. Let's get rid of my answer here. Grab my pen. Now here, I also said that, yes, I do need to borrow because 2 take away 3 is not going to work for me. So I'm going to go next door and borrow 10 ones from here, changing him to 7 tens instead of 8 tens. That way, I can use those 10 ones to change my 2 to a 12. 12 take away 3. You can count backwards or you can start at 3 and count up to 12. If I start at 3, remember we pound the fist into our hand, we say 3, and then start counting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My answer is 9. And here on 7, take away 5, I can hold up 7 fingers and take away 5 and see that I've got 2 left, 29. That's our answer there. Let's go down here. We do not have to borrow on this one, so it's going to be a lot easier. Get rid of that, grab my pen. 4, take away 2. Hold up 4 fingers and take away 2. You will see that you only have 2 left. And 3, take away 1 is also 2. So there's my answer. Now on this one, yes, we do have to borrow. Okay. Get rid of that, grab my pen. 1, take away 2. That's not going to work. So I'm going to go next door and borrow from Mr. 5. He changes to a Mr. 4. So my 1 can take those 10 ones and change to an 11. Okay, so now I have 11 take away 2. I'm going to count backwards. 11, 10, 9. So my answer there is 9. Okay. And I'm actually going to erase a few things. It only lets me have so much on here. So here we go. 11 take away 2 is 9. Now I've got 4 take away 3. 4 take away 3 is 1. And 2 take away 1 is 1. So my answer is 119. Okay, my last problem, I said that no, I do not have to borrow. So we can just get right into it. 2 take away 1 equals 1. Hold up 6 fingers and take away 4. How many do you have left? 2. And 5 take away 3. Oh, I have to erase another thing. One moment. Okay. 5 take away 3 equals 2 as well. Oh, that didn't work. Well, there's a 2 there, so the answer is 221. Okay? All right. There we have it. Your assignment should be pretty simple today if you understood everything that I just talked about. If you need any help, please let me know.